A lot of stuff happened in 2022. 500K,
$500,000.
and I guess that just means it's time to drop some juicy secrets. So this is just going to be a very off-the-cuff stream of consciousness talk. We're going to reflect on some things in the past. We want to talk about where we currently are in our journey as content creators and where we're going to go in the future.
We are no longer students. Or actually, I've already been practicing medicine full-time for a few years. But you...
I graduated medical school, which was
Congrats, man.
huge.
That's huge.
Milestone in my
You got
life.
the MD after your name now.
I got the MD after my name. It seems like this season of my life that I spent 10 years grinding, traveling, and struggling towards is finally like closing. We're authors.
Oh, gosh.
Pretty big thing.
Yeah, we are now published authors. It feels really surreal to say that, but we've been working on that for such a while. Also, just the beginning, by the way. I still don't feel like a true author. I still don't feel like I know what I'm doing with that.
In other news, you had quite a big year, especially for your love life, right?
Oh man, we've never talked about this on the channel before. I guess I've been dating this girl for a while.
For a while.
Yeah. And then we finally tied the knot. Finally got married this past year. Yeah, it was exciting. I mean, it definitely changed my life.
I hope so.
If she's agreeable, I am looking forward to kind of sharing some of the lessons that I've learned through like relationships and finding love and stuff like that too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think everyone is always trying to navigate relationships. Congrats, man. You're a shackled man.
I don't know if you can see this.
That's probably a bigger milestone to me than finishing med school. I mean, I think a lot of people would argue that finding a good partner is probably more difficult than the day-to-day of like going through school.
Yeah, it's who you choose to be your life partner is
That's a bigger
probably
decision.
the biggest decision in your life. Yeah, everything now it's a team decision now. You can switch your career on your own whenever you want to, but now that I have someone else in my family, I guess
In your corner.
in my corner,
In my corner.
in your corner too.
We talk about a lot about our accomplishments and what we've like. These are kind of like shallow metrics, you know, like subscriber count, like people following along with us, like getting a book out and all this stuff. But honestly, I think probably the biggest growth from my perspective that I went through was some of the things that I lost this year.
It was really unexpected too.
I mean, we had a pretty difficult end of summer, early September. We lost both of our grandparents very quickly after each other.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that growth happens.
Rest in peace.
It happens from things that you lose. It happens from things that you gain. All of those things tie into self-discovery, understanding what you really want in life.
I think that part of self-improvement is not just trying to add more and more things, you know, like more tips, more hacks, but also to remove things that aren't really working or shed things that you're done with. Another thing to add to the list would be that this past year, the both of us have decided to take a break from clinical medicine. I wouldn't really consider that a loss,
I don't
guess.
see it as a loss at all.
But it is something that we've stopped doing. You'd probably imagine after going through so much work that we've toiled with this decision for quite a while. But there's so many videos and so many talks that we have about this very topic. A lot of students talking about how to help navigate career decisions, how to find like work that you enjoy. We have so much to reflect on from taking this break from medicine.
If anything, we just gained a better perspective.
And I gotta say that we are just extremely grateful to be in the position to be so flexible with our career right now, especially with the support from all of you guys on the channel, from our entire team. Everything that we've been doing here has allowed us to take a break when we wanted to.
That's going to be a super juicy topic. I think it's going to really shed some light into what life is about and like a different way of thinking about goal setting, the education system in general. One of the big changes that happened to us was that pivot from personal brand to creative brand.
This new direction in Cajun Koi is clarity on our values.
Yeah, let's just dive into that.
The reason that our channel started off as a study tube channel is because we just personally love the topic of learning. I still believe that if you're really good at learning, you have a advantage over everyone else. Learning should not end after you graduate from school.
But the reality is that for most adults, in this country at least, it does end, right? The average reading level of an adult is the 5th grade level. It's kind of sad.
That's really sad.
So the way that we see self-improvement is broken up into 3 very sturdy pillars. You have your beliefs, your traits, and you have skills. Your beliefs are really just your values in the way that you see the world, but we also want to emphasize that your beliefs are molding all the time based on new things that you learn and experience. So one of the most important outlooks to have is to be open-minded, because you can learn from anything. You learn from anyone.
It's all about gains and losses. So like when a belief no longer serves you or is detrimental to the way that you're performing, it's time to shed that belief and upgrade it.
Yeah, life is a series of beliefs being broken over and over and over. And it's the way that you build those beliefs back up into new ones that serve you better.
Yeah, I had a huge belief broken this year. It was shattered.
Same.
I was told that this quote unquote American dream is that you go to school, you work hard, you get married, buy a house, and then you work until you're 65, and then that's your life. That belief was shattered for me.
Yeah.
Like there's so many other ways to find meaning in life.
You could have responded to that with resentment, bitterness, but we kept an open mind and want to explore it further. That's what learning is all about. And that's how breaking beliefs can actually propel you forward.
Traits are basically what you're born with.
And traits really is the foundation of how we came up with the brain type test, being split into Toras, or Takumas, or Kitsunes. None of them are superior to the other one. They're all just unique. They all have their own unfair advantages.
Yeah, and the whole reason why we have the Discord server is so that other people who share traits can learn from one another. Unlike beliefs, these are like genetics. These are things that are not quite moldable, but the way that you think about them can be moldable. Like for example, people are born
Tall or short.
If you're tall, like how are you going to change that? You know, if you're short, you can't just take a pill and then you're going to be taller all of a sudden.
Maybe your stomach behaves differently to certain foods than other people. Maybe you realize that you usually tend to be more anxious or frustrated.
Maybe your kitsune brain, easily distracted all the time. But these are the cards that we're dealt with. You know, when life gives you lemons, what we got to do is we got to figure out what are our strengths and what are our weaknesses and use them to our advantage. Because everyone has the unfair advantage that will help you get ahead in life. Being human means being imperfect. Everyone's got their weaknesses. So it's okay to be vulnerable.
And moving on to the last pillar, these are skills. And if life is a video game, learning skills is the way that you navigate and win.
That's how you win life.
Life is a series of challenges. And the more skills you learn, the more skills you have, the easier it's going to be for you to overcome those challenges, right? They just keep coming one after the other. Finding a relationship, getting married, that's a whole nother set of challenges and skills that you have to learn how to overcome. If you have a framework or a way of thinking about learning skills, those challenges that come ahead won't be so scary. You'll actually be motivated and energized by these challenges. You'll have the confidence.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned confidence, because I think that our time in school, while we have all these teachers and gurus and guides helping us, teaching us how to learn, they only brush the surface of it. But after school is over, for most people, they don't continue learning because there's no one there to motivate them or push them to keep going. But I think one of the most important things you can get from traditional schooling is learning how to be self-reliant, basically self-regulated learning, how to take control of your own learning, your own life, and your own destiny, basically. Don't be the passive passenger of life, you know, take control. And I think that if you can just adopt that mindset before you graduate, you're going to go way further than everyone else. And when I talk about learning, I don't mean just like how to take a practice test or how to memorize better or how to use flashcards. I'm talking about learning anything. How we even figured out how to make money from a YouTube channel, how to navigate relationships and find your life partner, how to navigate finances, mental health, nutrition. There's so many things that you can learn that can enrich your life.
And all three of these pillars, they overlap into each other. Skills leads to beliefs being broken. Beliefs are also broken by understanding certain traits that you have. Certain traits will allow you to maximize and capitalize on different skills that you have that you're looking to acquire. So all three of these pillars are just working in harmony. It all leads to one thing in the end, which is self-discovery.
I just can't wait to make more videos about this coming year.
So looking to the future, we plan to unpackage those three pillars and explore how you can apply them to skills even outside of studying. What we've been behind the scenes building is this epic database that actually helps you learn skills. On YouTube right now, we just have all these scattered skills, but they're not really organized in a way that'll help you build a study system effectively. And the skill builder is actually going to take you down this path, you know, from start to finish, to build an adaptable study system that fits your personal needs. And the whole idea of it is to just kind of show you the framework of how we think about building skills. Once you learn how to build a study system, that foundational knowledge will apply to learning any other skill build that you'll tackle in life. Productivity skills, relationship skills, money skills. We're just instilling and teaching with study skills first. It's really just the beginning.
Yeah, and the skill builder is based on the science behind acquiring skills.
Right.
The
It's
science of
based-
learning. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to how that goes, and I'm really excited to capture this whole process in a future book as well, because now that we've started bringing Cajun Koi into the publishing world, we can start documenting these skill builders.
We've already gotten some amazing feedback from people who are kind of alpha testing this product of ours, seeing some real results on acquiring skills and building good study systems. So what other projects are we looking forward to this year?
As evidenced by this video, this is probably going to be the only podcast-y type video on this channel for now,
Right.
but I'm really excited to start a podcast finally.
Yeah, as you can see,
so
we
many
finally got
DMs about this.
the studio set up in a way that we can just sit down and podcast.
Yeah, we're still going to be making all our usual YouTube videos, but we're probably going to start a separate channel just for the podcast.
Right. We're going to be building out the Cajun Koi brand, whole new redesigned website, whole redesigned experience for the community.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to everyone who's been following us from 0 subscribers. You probably remember us from the old days, Mike and Matty.
Oh, the cringe videos.
Oh my gosh. If you've stuck along with us for this entire journey, thank you so much. This is just the beginning. I'm going to tell you that much. Just the beginning.